popular request, we're going to dive into a little bit of my personal collection of video gaming stuff. You guys have seen some of the stuff that I've sold before and that I really don't keep. The ColecoVision we just sold to a soldier, and he's going to put it in his gaming room, and we're going to be shooting from his gaming room soon. Cool guy, awesome gaming room. You guys are going to love it. He collects all kinds of cool stuff, but we're going to dive a little bit into my personal stuff. The collection of stuff that I keep and hang on to, and we're not going to get into all of it, but let's see. Let me grab this out here. I did just pick this up the other day. It's an original Game Boy. Got some games to go with it. So, unfortunately, this one doesn't work, but the guy I got it from, he has another one, and I already spoke to him, and we're gonna swap them out so I get the working one. But keep the games. It did come with Mega Man, and I picked up a couple more at the local little video game store. Really, really cheap. But we'll get more into that later some other time. I think what we're going to talk about, let's see. Oh, this is really cool. Here you go. You guys have seen when we talked about the Donkey Kong. I just did the video on it. Well, I went out and a little bit of hunting, and I found another one of Donkey Kong, and I was looking at it, and I was like, what is the difference between the two? And I was like, well, one's a black cart, and one's a kind of a grayish cart, and I couldn't figure out what the difference was, and I was like, well, maybe I've got a rare one or something like that. I don't know. So I went online, and I did a little bit of research. Actually, I'm kidding. I didn't do a little bit of research. I just finally read the front of the cartridge. And what did it say? All right, so this one says, video game cartridge for use with the Atari Video Game System and Sears Video Arcade. Okay. And this one says that it's a video game cartridge for use with the Intellivision Master Component and Sears Super Video Arcade. So, clearly Sears has a video game console out there, and I'd love to get a hold of one. And what's really interesting is that maybe it plays both. So instead of buying an Atari or an Intellivision or a Coleco, you should have just bought the Sears because it did it all. Probably cost more, but people didn't realize that what you were getting. So that's really cool. And then I have my Atari game. This one, this is like a lotto ticket to me, because once I plug it in and figure out if it's Atlantis 1 or Atlantis 2, I'll know whether I have money or just, you know, a regular Atari game. But who knows, who knows. It's a little mystery. Atlantis 2, the only difference is you have to plug it in. They made it a little bit harder, but there was no changing to the package. So it's very rare to find a copy of Atlantis 2. Who knows? Do I have it? I don't know. I got, of course, Sonic 2, not for resale, but one of the original releases with the Sega when it came out. The original package release for the Genesis in North America was actually Altered Beast. And I played that game as a kid. It was okay. It really wasn't that exciting of a game. It was really easy to beat, and it wasn't that amazing. And what happened was that Sega of America, I forget the gentleman's name, he was like, no, put Sonic in, bundle in your best game, and you're going to get people to buy. And they did. And Sonic 2 was a great game, two-player. My brother always got to play as Sonic, and I played as Tails, and Tails could, like, die infinitely. So I didn't mind that, though, and we worked as a team to usually beat the game. Let's see, something else. Oh, one of my favorite Atari games. I can't find the other one. I got another one around here somewhere. I gotta find it. Anyway, there's Attack of the Beefsteak Tomatoes. Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes. Another simple Atari game. I just bought it because, again, I like the cover art on it. And what's somebody's opened this cartridge before, so I don't know what that means. It may not even be what's in there, but somebody has opened the screw. It was just one screw, and these things came just apart, and inside was the chip, just like anything else. Super simple, and that was that. I have this game, and I really don't play a lot of sports games, but I wanted to get this one because this was the last year that they made a football game. You guys, of course, all know Madden football. Everybody knows Madden football. Well, 1992 was the last year that they made John Madden football. So I went ahead and picked up a copy of it. It is the last year, 91, 92 Electronic Arts. 16-bit made in Taiwan for the Sega Genesis system. John Madden, 92. EA. When it was Electronic Arts, now it's EA Sports. Electronic Arts Sports. It's in the game. Another one of my favorites. This was a childhood favorite game of mine. This was Starflight. It's a little known hidden gem. If you've never played this game, you would be absolutely wowed that there's this much stuff to do in a Sega Genesis game. It's got a... You're basically, you command a crew. It's kind of like a Star Trek kind of game where you set up a crew and then you go to planets all over this really big universe that they've set up in the game. Kind of almost like a No Man's Land or No Man's Sky kind of setup, but a little smaller, quite smaller. It's Sega. But I would say at least 100 to 200 solar systems that you can visit with individual planets. Some planets you can't land on. The gravity's too high, the temperature's too hot, it'll crush your ship. And you have to navigate. You run into other alien life forms, and you have to learn to communicate and find artifacts. And there's a what's that? How should I put it? There's a catastrophe coming in the game, and the object of the game is to stop the catastrophe from happening. And if you guys don't know any more about it, or you want to learn more about it, this is one of my favorite games. Played it as a kid. Great time killer. All right, so we moved through a little bit of Atari and television. We've done some Sega. We're really not going over the Game Boy until I get the new one. I gotta thank That's Brad for sending me Tomb Raider. This is by a company called Eidos, and what they do is they buy up licenses to old PlayStation games and old video games, and they remake them, repackage them brand new. So Brad was nice enough to have one of these sent to me. Nice, all the black disc. You remember the black backs for the PlayStation. And it came with it, hi there, thank you for purchasing this item. I hope it meets your satisfaction. If you have any issues at all with your item, please message me before leaving feedback or a low star rating. I always do my best to make sure my customers are 100% happy. Regards, the Hairy Bear. So, thank you, the Hairy Bear. I haven't put it in the system yet and played it, but I'm going to have to now because I'm really excited actually to see if it really works, and that's really cool. It's really neat that somebody's doing this. It's not an original copy of Tomb Raider, but that's fine. I really wasn't a Tomb Raider fan, but it'll be fun to pop in the machine and give it a try. Let's see, a video game. Oh, guys, if you want a hidden legend for the NES, a hidden gem, get Guardian Legend. I would say, like on par with Starflight, it's something you would never expect out of an NES game. The way it plays is absolutely awesome. There's like 2 different styles of game mode, and you can be a flying ship like a 2D shooter, and then it goes into like a 3D roam around where you shoot and collect power-ups, and there's maps and big bosses and save features, and it's amazing. It's a great game. I'm surprised so many few people never really played it, but what an awesome game. Guardian Legend. There's some games I have in here that aren't worth anything. I keep them for nostalgia reasons. For instance, Shadowgate, and it's even cracked. I do need to get a new case for it, so what I'll do is I'll go to the game store and I'll pick up a case just for like a cheap game they've got there, and I'll just go ahead and replace the cartridge. But Shadowgate was one of my favorite games. It's kind of a D&D style game, you know, click and point. But it's an awesome game. If I ever started to do speedruns, Shadowgate would be the game I would want to start with on speedruns. Because it's amazing. And, it's not that hard of a game as long as you know exactly what to do. And if you go step by... It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 step game. But you have to do those steps in order. And if you can memorize the order of what to do and where to go each room and not waste time, you can speedrun this really well. I think it'd be an awesome game to speedrun. You know, I've got Tetris. It's just standard Tetris. I love the music, the B music, I think, or C. C music on it is my favorite. It's kind of like a flute. It's really pretty. Dr. Mario, I just picked this one up. My dad and I used to play Dr. Mario a lot, so I hope to go out and hang out with him. We're going to be shooting a Unique Drink Guru with him soon, too. So I'll take the Nintendo out there, and maybe we'll play some Super Dr. Mario, and we can get some live footage of that so you guys can see. Another game, same as it is, Fester's Quest. Used to play with my dad when I was a kid. Jaws by LJN is considered like a horrible game, but it's one of my favorite. I love playing it. It's simple. You can beat it in like 10 minutes, but I like beating it. And it's fun, just pop in, kill 10, 15 minutes on it. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I got to get ready to run out of here. I got some stuff to do, but we've got other games, other systems that we can get into, more of this stuff, and this is just some of it. I only brought up just some of the gaming stuff. I've got an original PSP, which is really cool, the 2001, excuse me, I've got an 101 model, a 101 model. If you know anything about the 101 models, they are extremely hackable. So, I've also just picked up recently an Xbox, which is also extremely hackable. So maybe we'll start showing you guys how to hack some of these things. And, I mean, these video game systems, this one, the Xbox original, you can have every game ever made loaded on these things. But we'll get back into it more, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out and checking these videos out. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you don't mind, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share. And if you guys enjoying these videos, please let me know. Sending comments is a great way to let me know that you guys are enjoying this, and I know that we can keep doing more of this stuff and showing off some other stuff that I like to do. Guys, thanks so much again for stopping in, and we'll see you guys soon.